Okay, this is number 114. I have a calendar right here that I'm writing on the calendar. So this is 100. We'll get on the camera. And 14, YouTube Live, you have a routine. And for this, I'm open this door just to take that. So sometimes I open the door because I like the nice, cool, brisk air. And sometimes there's a major echo in here that I need to get fixed. And I need to buy these panels. But they're like $50 a piece or something. And they're only like 2 by 2. Okay, so to begin, I'm going to start with a quote from Pope Francis. And this is the quote. I believe in God, not in a Catholic God. There is no Catholic God. There is God. And I believe in Jesus Christ, his incarnation. Jesus is my teacher and my pastor. But God, the Father, Abba, is the light and the creator. This is my being. Deep stuff. There's a lot there. A lot of theological stuff. But the point is, the last part is, this is my being, referring to God, Jesus, and all the theological explanation. This is my being, capital B. That means it includes all of what he just said previously. This is my being, capital B. So I'll break it down just quickly. So he says, I believe in God, not in a Catholic God. There's no Catholic God. In other words, God is the God of all, whether you're Catholic, Muslim, Jewish person who follows Judaism, Hindu, blah, 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 so on and so on. Then he says, there is God, and I believe in Jesus Christ, his incarnation. So he believes Jesus Christ is God, the incarnation of Jesus Christ, which is God. Jesus is my teacher and my pastor. If Jesus is the incarnation of God, then God is his teacher and pastor. But God, the Father, Abba is just Father, is the light and the creator. So the Father, who is God, the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, is the light and the creator. That means Jesus is the creator. I've seen a verse where Jesus is seen as the creator because he is God. It's all tricky stuff because God was the incarnation when he was on earth as Jesus. And then he was also man, but then when he died, Jesus died, he went to heaven and he sits on the right side of God. Theological stuff, an explanation, human explanation to explain the Trinity and so on and so forth. And then he states at the end, this is my being, capital B. So all this stuff is his being, capital B. Now, lowercase b, very important. So that is my quote, my explanation, which I could go in deeper and explain it more, because it would have to be explained more. I mean, that's some deep stuff, man. You could take a whole entire class to explain just the Trinity. You can take a whole entire class just to explain how Jesus is God, but not God, the Son, but not the Father, so on and so forth. But it doesn't matter. It's a Christian belief. I'm not even a Christian, but it's a Christian belief that God, one God, the Creator. And this, I point here because that's where Pope Francis is to me. He's on my cell phone. That's his being. We'll take off my glasses. Today, we're going to continue to do the routine that allows the mindset of easiness. And like I explain every time we do this routine, I designed this routine to gain the mindset of easiness on the yoga mat, so you can take that mindset off the yoga mat and apply it into the so-called real world, where you allow everything to feel easy. You're adapting, you're moving, you're flexible, you're going with what life is giving to you. I was thinking rope-a-dope, like Muhammad Ali. You're becoming the rope-a-dope. And we're going to begin in the mountain pose, go into a sun salutation, do a sun salutation when the poses are held longer. You're going into the stretches more, and it's a so-called more difficult sun salutation than the second sun salutation. And the second sun salutation is just a standard sun salutation, which allows the mind to accept easiness, because you just did a so-called difficult sun salutation. So when you do the second sun salutation, which is a standard one, you're like, man, this is easy compared to the last one. And then you tap into this mindset of easiness. And then we'll end it in the mountain pose. I got to move my clock. I don't have my glasses on. I don't know if I'm wearing my contacts, really. This gets old to wear contacts. You go like this and then rinse it out and then putting it behind. So pain. Okay, feet or shoulder width apart. Toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed. No tension in the arms or the shoulders. And then you're going to think of the skeleton. So lengthen up. Think of a string on top of the head, pulling yourself up. So you lengthen up, and then you line the bones as if the bones of the skeleton is just standing or are just standing by themselves. No tension anywhere. So everyone's going to look different. And just find that spot where you're just standing, no tension anywhere, and just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Bring the palms together, thumbs go to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. It's the first stretch, so go nice and easy. Listen to the body, and then hinge forward from the lower back. And you're just going to go to the ragdoll. Ragdoll, no tension in the neck, so the head is dangling, the arms are dangling. Just accept where you are. So if you're up higher, don't think, man, I wish I could be going down further. You wouldn't stutter like that. You have a clearer set of clearer thought pattern. Man, I can't speak. And if you're going all the way down and you're thinking, man, I'm doing this perfectly, let go of that mindset too. Once you're settled, you let go of all types of judgment. Judgment is a barrier that will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. You just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. We're learning the mindset here of acceptance, of non-judgment, of letting go of control. You're not trying to be somewhere. You're just in the present moment. The palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. And then you're going to exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Foreheads go to the knees. Push all the air out. And then inhale, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale as much as you can, slowly. And then exhale, pull yourself in, push all the air out. Foreheads go to the knees. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in. Foreheads go to the knees, pull yourself down. Get all the air out. And do two more. Arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in, push all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head, inhale. And then exhale, pull yourself in, push all the air out. Palms to the side of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. Remember with the low lunge, stop the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. Back is straight, or maybe arched. If the back is straight, you're elongating. If it's arched, you're scooping, you're still pushing forward. Think of the hip bones, thinking of the hip bones, get the hip bones square, pushing forward, arching the back, opening up. The mindset here is opening, openness, feeling open. Learn that mindset on the yoga mat, or obtain that mindset on the yoga mat. Take that mindset off the yoga mat and apply it in the so-called real world. Feel open to new ideas, just feeling open and expanded, not closed off, open-minded, all of those things. Just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing, and just feel open. Now with the back foot, you're going to curl the toes under, keep the knee to the floor. We're going to go into the monkey. So you can bring yourself up, arms come up, reaching up. So you can keep the arms parallel here, or you can go out. Whatever you do, keep the fingers as wide as you can, middle fingers pointing straight up, reaching up. You can look forward or looking up, or look up. Can't speak. And just focus on the breathing. Now here, if you're wobbling, that's fine. That's where you are. That's what you're learning on the yoga mat. Acceptance. And all that stuff, coordination, balance, all that comes through time. This is mind and body exercise. It's not like conventional exercise where you're reaching for a goal. You're in the present moment. In the present moment, you're tapping into the present moment. You're going to keep that mindset and feel like you're in the present moment throughout the day. Now reach up. Reach up more. Now palms go down to the front. Back knee goes up. High lunge. Now with the high lunge, get the leg in the back as straight as you can. Still make sure the front knee is not over the toes. You're to your palms, maybe to your fingertips. Maybe you're up like this. Doesn't matter. Once you're settled, and wherever you are, that's where you are. And that's what you're accepting. You're accepting where you are. You're accepting yourself, essentially. So even if you're doing this pose perfectly, you're thinking, man, I'm doing it perfectly. Let go of that mindset. Because we're doing yoga, and yoga is when the mind and body connects. So the mind and body's connecting, then you're doing yoga, no matter how the pose looks or how you think the pose should look. And just focus on the breathing. Now you can take the right foot, place it over to the left side. It's a foot down from the left hand. Think of the hip bones, get the hip bones square, and they're falling down, and you're falling down. Forehead's going to the floor. You just sink into it. Here, you're not pushing yourself in or trying to go somewhere or trying to be somewhere. You just accept where you are and just focus on the breathing. Let the body sink into itself and just accept where you are. Palms to the floor. Push yourself up. Back is straight. I'm sorry. Arms are straight. Back is arched. So you're pushing. You're scooping. Head is dropping back. Hip bones are pushing forward. Diagonally still. Arch. Back. Head is dropping back. You are pushing in this pose. Now you're pushing to a spot right before you feel like, man, I can't go any further. Or I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot. Accept it. And then just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but breathing. And I'm going to fall back on the leg, sinking into it. Just let the body go where it goes. And just focus on the breathing. So when you're focused on the breathing, it heightens your awareness of what's going on in the body. So you're feeling the stretch maybe in the lower back or in the leg. Maybe you have an issue with the shoulder. Bring yourself up, arms are straight, scooping. But you're not focused on those issues. So let's say you have an issue in your knee, and you feel something in your knee. You're not thinking like, man, my knee. You're letting go of that. You're not focused on the so-called problem. You're focusing on the breathing, makes you aware of the so-called problem. And you handle it, you deal with it, you take care of it, but you're not focused on it. And what that's doing is allowing you to become, well, actually it allows you not to become your so-called problems. That's the mindset. Now, we're going to go back into the high lunge. You're going to get there how you have to. So you bring yourself out of the pose first, curl the toes under in the back, and then get the right foot up between the hands. We're not going to stay here. You're just going to settle here, use it as a transition pose. Then you go into downward dog. Now with the downward dog here, you're pushing into it. So the arms are straight, the legs are straight, the tailbone's going to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor, or they're into the floor, and you are pushing into this pose. No tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. And you're pushing to the spot right before you feel like you can't go any further, or you shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, accept where you are, and then just focus on the breathing. Now, if it's getting too much, listen to your body and bring yourself out of it. Just because you commit to doing the pose a certain way doesn't mean you can't change it up. You want to listen to your body, essentially listening to yourself. This is another mindset that you're learning. Listen to yourself. Take in what others say, take in what's happening, but always just listen to yourself. Now, wherever you are, if you can, push into it a little bit more. Hold it, and just focus on the breathing. No tension in the neck, still letting the head dangle. Now you slide into the upper dog. You drop down to the knees in the chest. You slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Palms, of course, are to the floor. And then you're going to modify this pose how you have to. So if you need to go to hands and knees, you're going to arch the back here, do the cow, or just chill at the hands and knees if that's what you have to do. Or you go to small cobra, chest is off the floor, palms are touching the floor, but you're not pushing up. You're not using them. You're using the back muscles, which are pull muscles, so you're pulling yourself up. Or just do the upper dog. Hey, I said dog, and the dog barked. Did you hear him? And you're feeling opened. Feel opened. It's a mindset. Feel it. Experience it. And then back to downward dog. Again, you're pushing in the downward dog. No tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. Arms are straight. Legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor. You are pushing into this pose. Accept where you are and just focus on the breathing. Let go of judgment. Once you're settled, you're letting go of judgment. You're letting go of trying to be somewhere. You are where you are, and you're accepting where you are. It's a mindset, learning a mindset of letting go of control, letting go of judgment, You just accept. Push a little bit more wherever you are. And now, left foot goes up between the hands into a low lunge. Now, if you're not on the other side, you're doing the other side. So if you're not on the other side where you began, just switch the legs. And with a low lunge, tuck the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, back is straight or arch. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. And if the back is straight, you're reaching out with the back. If it's arch, you're doing a scoop. The back is bending. Hip bones are square, head is dropping back. And just focus on the breathing. Settle in the pose, find where you should be or where you are, accept where you are, and then just focus on the breathing. Again, judging it, thinking, man, I'm not doing great, or either, man, I'm doing this perfectly. Those are barriers. Judgment is a barrier that will prevent the mind and body from becoming one. And when the mind and body is one, that is yoga. So you don't want those barriers. I'm going to go into the monkey, curl toes under the back, bring yourself up, and arms go up. So you can have the arms parallel or out. You can look forward, you can look up. But whatever you do, get the fingers as wide as you can, reaching up. Really reaching up. Just focus on the breathing. Again, if you're here and you're wobbling back and forth, it's okay. Doesn't matter. That's where you are. That's what you're accepting. It doesn't matter. All coordination, balance, all that comes through time and practice and consistency. Just focus on the breathing. Now, wherever you are, reach up higher, a little higher. And then arms go down, high lunge. The high lunge, back foot, the back leg is straight, as straight as you can get it. You to your paws, maybe to your fingertips. And here the back is straight or arched. So if it's arched, you're pushing. For me, I'm arching best I can. Of course, I know I look like I'm doing it, where I'm just having the back straight, but that's not what I'm doing because it's a mindset. Openness. This is what you're learning here. Openness. Feeling opened. Tapping into the mindset of openness. And then you take that mindset off the yoga mat. And you feel opened. Feel bigger. Feel brighter. Have an open mind, open to ideas. The world feels bigger. Now, take the left foot over to the right side. For the pigeon, it's a foot down from the hand, so 12 inches. And square up the hip bones, fall on top of the leg, and then just focus on the breathing. And think of nothing else but the breathing. Now here, you're just accepting where the body falls. You're not pulling yourself down or pushing yourself down. Just let the body go where it goes. Palms to the floor, pushing up and back. Arms are straight. Back is arch. So you're scooping, pushing the hip bones, dropping the head back, arching the back. And you settle, you accept where you are, and you focus on the breathing. Maybe you're down like this, right? You're doing the best you can. It's fine. If you're opened for you, then you're open. It's a mindset. Openness. We're all sharing the same energy of openness. So you're tapping into that. Some deep stuff, man. Then fall back on the leg. Just sink into it. Let your body sink where it sinks. Accept it. And just focus on the breathing. Palms to the floor. Arms straight. Hip bones are square. Pushing forward. Drop the head back. Arms shooting the back. You're doing a scoop. So you are pushing into this pose, but you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot. Settle there. Accept. Then focus on the breathing. What time is it? I can't see the clock. Now, you're going to go into the high lunge. So from here, you don't just go right into the high lunge. You bring yourself out of the stretch first. Curl the toes under in the back, and then get the left foot up between the hands. Settle in the high lunge just for a second or so as a transition pose for now. And then move into the standing forward bend. Standing forward bend, palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. And you are pulling yourself in and down. Bring the forehead towards the knees. And just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but the breathing. The palms together. Reach out. Up and back. Inhale. Then exhale. Then you're going to go to mountain pose. Now, we have one more sun salutation. Now, this is a standard sun salutation. So what you're going to do is when you're opening up, see, the sun salutation is made to follow your breathing. And the sun salutation becomes a form of a moving meditation because you're focused on the breathing. And then when you're focusing on the breathing, it heightens your awareness and lets you know what you're going through, lets you know what you're feeling. So you're feeling the stretches, you're feeling the movement. But the movements and the stretching is no longer just movements and stretching. It's a form of a moving meditation. So it's designed where you open up, you're inhaling as much as you can, and then when you close up, you're exhaling. Then the next pose, you'll open up, inhale. Next pose, you'll close up, exhale, and just focus on the breathing. Be aware of that closing and opening. So I'll lead you through the breathing. So you're in mountain pose. Just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale. Then exhale, push all the air out. So palms go to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. Push all the air out. Low lunge, so left leg is back, opening up. Inhaling as much as you can. The downward dog, exhale, push all the air out. Get all the air out. Then inhale, upward dog, and modify it how you have to. Inhale as much as you can, opening up, feeling opened. Then exhale, downward dog, pushing into it, accepting where you are. Then left foot is up, between the hands, opening up, low lunge. The sun salutation is easier, so feel the mindset of easy. Then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. The palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then exhale. Then back to mountain pose. So that should feel easier. That sun salutation is easier than the first one. So you're tapping into the mindset of, hey, this is easy. Even if it didn't feel easy, feel, hey, this is easy. Because you're always just going to the spot where you can go, always accepting who you are, where you are. It's always easy. Now in the mountain pose, feet are shoulder width apart, toes go out, spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, no tension in the arms or the shoulders. Watch yourself breathe. So we're going to stay here just a little bit longer, so just watch yourself breathe. So when you inhale, the belly swells with air. You watch that. When you exhale, the belly goes in. Or bring your focus to the tip of the nose. Watch the air go in and out. You're already breathing, so don't control it. Just watch it. So we'll stay here just a little bit longer. So watch yourself breathe. Bring the palms together. Namaste. And that is 100. I think I forgot what it was. 100. It's a calendar right there, so I have to look at the calendar. 114 YouTube Live yoga routine. And I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, Arizona time. So namaste, peace and love.